The large, muscular, draconian crewmate Closet nervously pinged the door. "Is this the ship security and crewmate resources department? I've never been in this part of the ship before." He certainly hadn't. Kozik could barely fit in the passages or turbo lifts of the upper decks of the ship. He was a valued deckhand, a valuable crewmate due to his strength and ability to haul heavy cargo and machinery by hand or, in his case, serrated scything talons. But despite his size and power, Klozik was looking strange, wide-eyed, and haunted, if you could believe it. "Why, yes, valued crewmate. This is the crewmate resources department," the cultured, feathery, avian crewmate Briert said, with a concerned tilt to her vibrantly plumed head. "Oh my, is everything okay? You seem troubled. Please, come in, be comfortable. This is a safe place to talk." She felt awkward, having just realized how ridiculous that routine line sounded. Like all valued deckhands, Kulzik was a deathworlder, a fearsome apex predator that survived and thrived technologically upon a deadly world with unmatched power and toughness. Where could he possibly ever not be safe? What seems to be the problem to compel you to seek us? She was growing alarmed at what could possibly make such a terrifying death monster quite so unapologetically skittish. "It's, well, now don't tell him about it, but it's valued deckhand human Carl. He said something that terrified me." "Oh, human crewmate Carl." That went a long way towards explaining this. The humans were also Deathworld or valued deckhands, but you couldn't really tell by seeing one. They were soft, squishy meat and water bags propped up by calcium endostructure. But wow, were they strong! Their death word, Earth, is a high-gravity, dihydromonoxide and free molecular oxygen world, if you can even imagine that, with a fearsomely competitive oxygen phosphate, turbocharged microbial and animal biosphere. Even a good number of the plants are more predatory and competitive than any would presume they had any right to be. Truly awful. But human crewmates were more notable for their continually validated masterful tool use. What they could do with a crowbar or hammer was truly incredible. Maybe it has something to do with this. Did human crewmate Carl threaten to torque you with a tool or something? She wasn't certain she was using the mechanical terms correctly, but she bobbed her head, encouraging Kozik with her huge teal eyes. The large draconian was distracted, its vision far away. "Oh, huh? No, nothing like that. Human crewmate Carl is the nicest guy. It's okay. This report is completely confidential and may have vital details the ship may need to be aware of." She glanced up at the multiphasic sensor of the ship's AI, commonly referred to as just the ship, as there really was no practical difference between the two. "Okay, well, Carl just said some stuff that really scared me after banging his funny bone in the cargo bay the other day. Seeing him stomp around in circles didn't make it seem very funny, though. I don't know why they call it that." "Oh, did he threaten to harm anyone, or the ship?" "What? No, nothing like that. Carl wouldn't hurt a Catagonian spacefly, but he growled something as he rubbed his elbow quietly like, 'Is now the time? Is this how we begin?' He didn't think I heard it, but I absolutely did. There are some sets of words you don't just let slip by unnoticed. That's a Deathworlder thing. You may not, I am familiar with the concept in my line of work. Proceed, please." It nagged me the rest of the early shift, so I decided to ask Carl about it during lunch break. He said it was his demon. A demon inside his mind, maybe his soul. Oh my, I don't think that was ever mentioned in his psych profile. What does this demon do? As we talked, he explained it is the intrusive thoughts, the quiet rage at injustices tickling at the edge of his eyes. It wants to burn the crappy, stupid universe. Rip and tear everything that sucks. Kill, maim, burn, all of those typical things. He says they aren't really very imaginative. Oh well, that is certainly not acceptable behavior for a valued... Hey, what? No. I keep telling you, Carl is absolutely the nicest guy. He never does any of that, not even close. I'm confused. Then what alarmed you so strongly if not the literal demon inside of him? Oh, it was what he said next when I asked him why he never acted that way. He said he got the idea from an old RPG supplement book from his childhood, and he said that demon never gets to do what it wants. The large shoulders of the mighty draconian shuddered, and in a sudden deadpan voice, each word its own sentence, a calm but unstoppable hammer blow, he told me. It's a tower of iron, will, caging, that demon, shackled to the wall with the coldest metaphorical iron made from the death note of a proud and defiant primordial star. The room sat silent for a time after that revelation. He then snapped out of his little trance and told me there was a golden key in there as well, just in case it was ever time to just uncork the genie and go whole hog, whatever that means. Crewmate Bart tapped her beak with her notation stylus. So, your issue is with what? If not the demon, then perhaps the genie cork, was it? Or was it the golden key that apparently unlocks it? Or maybe the hog? Help me to understand, please. Your Deathworlder instinctive insight is greatly valued. No, none of that. It's just that he remains the nicest, most considerate guy. Knowing what I know now, I don't think I can work with him anymore. Yes, clearly, but why exactly? The will, the cast iron titanic will, keeping the demon down with such casual effort. It's heavy. I feel suppressed, and how to explain it? About to be buried under a glacier by it, just working next to it all day, chatting and smiling and joking with all of that iron tower looming over us both just behind his smiling and friendly eyes. I can almost feel its mass, can almost see its shadow, I guess. I mean, look at me, starting to sputter in poetry or something here. Crewmate Bart gulped dryly, finally beginning to comprehend. Humanity, such a growing catalog of hidden horrors. But yeah, the golden key being handy nearby didn't help any either.